But here we are, game underway. All the teams are loading in. Now I'm a bit slow to load in. P-Flax is way ahead of me, racing ahead.
I'm here. There you go.
And into the draft very shortly.
3, 2, 1. Game on!
Give a countdown.
All random.
So here we are. What? No, it's not all random.
Oh!
No, don't do that to me. It's definitely captain's mode. And it's definitely first pick raging.
First ban Visage.
Because that's what I set.
Visage. They'll ban Visage. Well, unless they think they might be able to get him. Actually, they know that they want him, so they'll get FL to ban.
I was going to say they would ban Doom.
Yeah, there's the Doom ban. I know that Danny D likes to play Lifestealer as well. He does play a lot of Lifestealer. When I used to play with him, he played a lot of Lifestealer. He used to play an awful lot of Naga Siren as well.
Oh, really?
Carry Naga Siren, probably his favourite hero. There's a Timber ban.
I haven't seen Reason play too much Timber recently. Maybe that's something you've seen in scrims and are a bit afraid of.
Or they just don't like Timber.
Or they just don't like Timber.
Yeah.
I mean, when I play Captain's Mode or Captain's Draft, Timber is up there with the heroes I ban. Like Slark, Timbersaw, my pretty much first two bans. I do not want to play against those heroes.
They're annoying heroes you don't want to have to play against, that's for sure. I thought in that last game, the biggest pick there for Reason was Silencer.
Yeah.
And when I spoke to Infused about it just afterwards, I said, what about that Silencer pick? And they were like, ugh. Because they just completely screwed their team fight.
Definitely did. Shadow Fiend there, banned out as well. Ichigo obviously very adept at that hero.
Yeah.
OD still in the pool though.
Interesting. I think, I don't know if we'll see an OD pick or not. I think we'll see Visage picked up. Dread loves Visage. Probably one of the best supports in the game.
I think we used to see him play that so often. They'd have Alchemist, Venge, and Visage sort of switch.
There's a hero for you.
They'd switch between those supports and then have their core heroes very different.
Well, I think Bristleback, I've just started getting to play him, and he's a lot of fun to play. I love being able to run around. Hard to kill is something I'm generally not in a game. So when you have a hero that is inherently hard to kill, it's kind of interesting. Turn your back on people, just run around quilling them. It's good. So, Kit Kat's just telling you she's got earplugs. Yes. Good stuff.
I got her to buy some earplugs.
There, look at this. Danny's going to get Carry Naga. I'm telling you right now. They got the Visage pick. Visage as well. But I guarantee you this will be Danny on the Naga Siren as a carry.
Big insight there.
Yeah, a little bit of P-Flax insight. I do know a few things. Of course, now it won't be that at all.
No, it'll be a support Naga played by someone else.
Yeah. But I'm going to put my reputation, such as it is, the flimsy, tattered reputation,
your YouTube reputation,
and throw it on into the ring here. I'm going to say Danny on the Naga as carry, and a Mirana for Reason.
So two big core heroes there, Antabs, Mirana, and where do you reckon this Bristleback's going? He can solo off lane, but you can also play him.
I think you want to put him as the carry. I really do. He's so strong. If you get a late game farmed Bristleback, it's just so hard to kill, so much damage and hard hitting. And I don't know, in the off lane, that's fine, sure, but you could put anyone in the off lane. I think you want to give him the farm.
But do you run him in the tri lane or dual lane? I think dual lanes is probably the best with Bristleback.
Because you need a combination. You need a combination of farm and levels for sure. But it's not like he hits 6 and goes roaming. Do you know what I mean? It's not like he needs that 6 like Nyx or Bounty or something like that. I think he benefits from a bit of farm.
Yeah. Anyway. I mean, with dual lanes, you have someone sitting behind the Bristleback just in case he gets that little bit out of position, gets caught out, have someone with a stun, have someone with a slow, like Venomancer.
Yeah.
Maybe even a Keeper of the Light to keep his mana pool going. Crystal Maiden as well, great with the aura, maybe in the other lane.
Yeah, I think CM would be a good pick here, a very good pick. Because he does have mana problems.
Yeah.
Get that CM. Get rid of those mana problems. He can just spam that Quill, and he becomes a nightmare in lane.
Then you've got Crystal Maiden Mirana that couple up very nicely on another lane. Then you look for a solo mid for Ichigo. And I don't know, something with the Bristleback possibly.
Yep.
But over on Full Love, we see that Visage Naga Siren.
I would love to see a Quap, We haven't seen a Quap yet.
Yeah.
I think she's a really good hero. I think we should get her. But you know what? You don't see PL as much anymore either, which is thank Christ, because that is a boring hero. But Nature's Prophet banned by Reason and Clockwork, two heroes they don't want to have to play against. Bane and Shadow Demon, so the Full Love are banning out the supports. Oh, and my data has just minimized for no reason whatsoever.
His hands were literally off the keyboard and mouse.
Not touching the keyboard or the mouse, and it minimized. What the hell?
Viper picked up by Full Love there.
Okay.
Solo mid Viper a possibility.
Yeah, maybe.
But very good at kiting that Bristleback. Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
Dazzle. So we've got minus armor with the weave. We've got heal and grave for the bristleback to sustain him in these team fights.
Now answer me this: the quills would proc corrosive skin, right?
Yes.
So the whole time the bristleback's running around quilling, he's going to be taking corrosive skin damage from Viper. So that's quite a nice little thing there. I'm just wondering, with the song, what are they going to be setting up? Because I like to see the song used to set up something. I just wonder, or maybe it's just going to be a get out of jail, or just to get into position, net somebody, get your illusions out and everything like that.
That's what they're going to be setting up.
There's a Death Prophet.
Death Prophet ulti is ridiculous.
There you go. This could be an interesting one. Death Prophet, that's an excellent team fighting hero. What can you do against Death Prophet?
It's very difficult because she has pretty good lane control with the Crypt Swarm or Corpse Swarm. No, it's Crypt Swarm. They keep changing names of things. I've got to keep on my toes here. She's good at getting runes with her passive.
She's fast as crap.
Yeah.
Really is, especially if you build her as like race car Death Prophet.
And one of the things is, previously, before she was buffed, getting that level 6 ulti wasn't a big deal because you didn't have max passive, so you wouldn't have that many ghosts. But now they've buffed the damage of them, it's definitely worth it. You can, as soon as your enemy mid leaves the lane, you can go for that tier 1 tower. It's kind of like having that DK. But once that DK hits 6 and the enemy mid leaves the lane, he just goes straight for that tower.
Yep.
But with this Viper, they've got lots of control. They can hold down that bristleback, stop him from diving. Naga Siren and Snare and Song, same thing. They want to try and reset fights, stop Reason from getting that impetus, getting that drive and diving behind these tier 1 and tier 2 towers. And I think Enchantress is going to be an interesting factor here. Whether she can get good RNG in the jungle, get some good creeps, move towards the lane which has the weakness.
The only thing I'll say here is this bristleback is going to be impossible to kill. He's going to have Dazzle and Enchantress healing him. He's going to have Mirana ult if he gets in real trouble. Whoever the 6th, this comes out like Omni or something. We're just looking at 4 support 1 or something ridiculous.
Reserve time.
So at this moment, I guess we're looking at, let me think, Enchantress, Dazzle, Bristle top maybe, Mirana in the off lane or in the mid, and then a mid or an off lane, maybe.
Well, Reason are Radiant. So Enchantress in the aggressive jungle?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I think they're still looking for a solo mid for Ichigo here.
The OD's been banned, so maybe For Love are thinking the same thing.
I just wonder how the Reason guys are thinking of laning up against For Love though, because that Visage Naga is a pretty vicious combo there. Ensnare, Soul Assumption, Riptide can do lots of damage. Viper as well, we've seen how well he can do in lane control and harassing. Death Prophet, she can make early rotations. Crypt Swarm does a lot of damage on level 3.
Who would be good against Death Prophet here?
Well, ideally you'd want to lock her down, stun her, hex her before she gets the ulti off, and nuke her off the face of the map, which is relatively easy because she has a low HP pool. But as soon as she gets that ultimate off, you have to focus so hard to kill her. But when you've got Viper, you've got Naga, you've got Visage roaming around, looking for kills, locking you down, it can be a bit of a difficult target.
I'm thinking who would be mid? Who would mid well against her?
OD, which is banned. Invoker, which is banned. You don't want to go a melee hero, really, so you wouldn't want to go Magnus, Brewmaster, things like that, because you get nuked from the lane. Queen of Pain would be decent, so we might see a Queen of Pain here.
I think she's just an interesting hero. She's fun. She'd give Reason a nice bit of burst damage too.
That 5th pick for Love here. Let's see
what
they go for. See,
it's
now
a big decision.
They could show away their draft here with this final pick.
So this is almost certainly going to now be a support Naga Siren, right?
Or
you could go off-lane Viper.
Well, that's the thing, not necessarily, because with this last pick, they could either show their draft completely, show all their cards, and like you said, they could have support Naga, and that's going to be obvious. Or they could have a hero which could run multiple roles. So we could have carry Naga with a Visage supporting, and then have Viper with someone else supporting him and run dual lanes. Or we could have the Viper mid, Death Prophet on the safe lane,
now
and then have an aggressive tri-lane with the Visage Naga
so
and Lifestealer.
So instead, it's going to be Prophet mid, Viper off, maybe even Viper with Visage, and maybe Naga Siren Lifestealer support. Or they could even go a tri-lane Visage, Naga Siren Viper, and leave Lifestealer to farm solo.
Yeah, there are so many options.
But this will be Danny D on the Lifestealer. It's a favourite hero of his for sure.
I think that the Viper would work better in that aggressive tri-lane if they do run that and have Lifestealer solo safe.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
But I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know where Reason are going to run this tri lane. With the
5
Enchantress,
seconds
it's
remaining.
obviously safer to run that in your friendly jungle rather than going for an aggressive jungle in the dire side. So I think for Love are going along those lines. Dazzle support the Bristle on the safe lane. Enchantress in that jungle going to look towards roaming mid. Mirana on the off lane and have someone in the mid. But we're going to have to see with their 5th and final pick what they actually go for.
That is a strong lineup for Love. That is a strong lineup. They gone for Puck. That'll shut that profit down.
Oh, yes.
Interesting. Dread Knight on the Enchantress. I've played with him a lot, and his Enchantress is legit as heck.
I mean, Visage, Enchantress, Chen, all these micro heroes.
Yeah.
Dread does very well on indeed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be Death Prophet mid, and we're going to have Viper, probably solo safe here.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to seeing Ichigo on Puck. I like Puck. He's a good, interesting hero. He makes games happen. They're just waiting for Dazzle to pick his hero. There we go. And now we're into the game. So, a quick pause. They always pause. What is this?
Running over tactics. And where are we laning, guys? What are we doing? Please tell us the plan. But I think what they should do here, run the aggressive tri lane, Naga, Visage, and Lifestealer.
Can I unpause?
I don't think you can.
No. Damn. I just tried. Oh. D-God.
Danny D-God.
Okay.
So Death
Every
Prophet.
time the lights go out, it freaks me out. It really does.
Where did the lights go?
So, let's run through the teams. On the Radiant team, we've got Dread Knight on the Enchantress, and Tab on the Mirana, who he played in the last game. Gronas on the Bristleback, Khan on the Dazzle, and Ichigo on the Puck.
Over on the dire side, we've got Arya, aka Danny D, aka D-God. Then we've got PO on that Death Prophet. Got R.I.P. Thompson on that Naga. Standin McGraw on the Visage. And Nepali Jesus on that Viper.
Mm-hmm. And they paused. I assume for strategies, but you know.
Well, he's asking how do you change the shop to list all items?
Why can't I see that?
Well, when you press enter.
Yeah.
Maybe you have him muted. Maybe he's been a naughty boy.
Just making some final adjustments to their hotkeys. It makes you wonder, you know, what are the players doing when they're sat there for half an hour? They're all on the bloody internet. They're on Facebook, aren't they?
On Facebook, on Twitter, seeing what people are writing. So we have to go until I change. Change what? But here we are underway. Grona's on that Bristleback, so he's going to be farming carry like you thought he would be. Dread Knight on that Enchantress. Probably going to go into the safe jungle here. And oh, what's going on here? Safeguarding their pool spot, it looks like.
Yeah. Standing McGraw has sentries.
Oh, and they've switched this up. So I thought Danny D would be their tri-lane player, but it looks like they're going for what I thought would be a better tri-lane with that Viper. I'm going to have to see how they stand up against this.
So, Death Prophet mid, as expected. Lifestealer, I reckon it'll be, it will be the aggressive try. Viper, Nagasire, and Visage. That is not a happy group of people to bump into.
No, definitely not.
You do not want to be up against those guys.
And there was always the opportunity to swap the Lifestealer for the Viper. But I think the Viper's better with that range, with that slow. You've got more opportunities to harass and get that last hit.
Yeah. Lifestealer will be up against a Mirana, but he's got that shield. So hopefully that'll minimize the harass coming in from Mirana for him. She's just gone for tangos and a Wraith Band. I don't think I've ever done that.
Really?
Yeah. I always buy like a bunch of... I'm obsessed with getting a wand as early as possible. Like, I hate not having a wand.
It
But up
depends.
against Lifestealer, you don't really need one.
No.
So.
The battle begins.
Because her base damage is relatively low. I think she's in the bottom 10
Yeah,
of
miserable.
of starting base damage.
She's got a bow and arrow. How can it not be good?
It's a flimsy bow and arrow until you get some nice items.
And he's grabbed his haste and he's going to charge up here. Maybe try and pull the first creep wave with the
Looks like it,
the
yeah.
haste.
Well, he's definitely aggroed the range creep. I'm not
He's
sure
got the range, and that's it.
Not sure that's what he wants to do.
Follow me, boy. The range creep is crazy. I always think it looks like they've got one leg.
Yeah, they're sort of hopping along.
And they're sort of running, using their wand for support. But that was a funny little pull.
The Radiant side doesn't have that same problem. It's just the Dire one. It's a bit derpy.
So, I love this Naga set. This is a cool one. The massive helm.
Grana's already in trouble.
Slow going down on Grana's, but he's pretty tough to kill. He's got those quills. I don't know if you saw fails of the week this week. They had the Bristleback got a triple kill.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was disgusting.
Like 3 guys going on the Bristleback and then realizing far too late that his quills are stacking and doing more and more damage.
You could see their brains catching up with what was uh-oh. Like they all started to try and run away. It's too late.
Guys, we're going to die, run away. Oh, wait, hang on.
That was really good. So, what can Enchantress get in the jungle?
Absolutely nothing, because it looks like it's pretty much... It was all warded up.
This is such a great spot for a ward. That's it. They've got like all of them. Uh-oh. And a pause from Lifestealer.
Would be nice to know what's going on. Lifestealer going for an early point in rage. Doesn't want to get caught out by an arrow.
Yeah.
And then also open wound, so none in feast. He doesn't want to push that lane too hard. He already has the Quelling Blade as well, so he should have no trouble last hitting over the Mirana. So Mirana's going to have a little bit of difficulty here getting last hits in, getting that farm with that Lifestealer. Or Venom as well now on him.
Mirana's eyes are just a little bit too far apart.
She's almost pretty.
Yeah, she's nice, but her eyes are just a little bit too far. But now look at Lifestealer. Everything's nice and symmetrical in his face. What a beauty.
Especially his teeth.
Yeah. Bristleback. I like Bristleback. I love the voice acting for Bristleback. It's like a proper accent. You know what I mean? Some of the other accents are not quite so good.
What, like Luna's?
Luna.
Nova!
Nova! And she kind of trash talks people. I quite like when she trash talks people. It's quite funny. But Bristleback's really funny.
Oh. He basically just constantly says, don't try and kill me because I'll turn around and kill you.
Yeah. I find last hitting with him so difficult with that flipping mace. It's hard to tell when it's coming.
How do you feel with Razor then? Is Razor even more difficult?
Awful.
Oh dear. Not entirely sure what settings.
Like, I think generally speaking, what a lot of people do is have auto exec on a thumb drive, and you just come up, and at the end of each game, you just blast that on there. They copy it over, and your settings are all good to go. They should work on that for next time. I think that's definitely what they should work on.
The only thing we've got to watch out for then is obviously the opportunity to script or
true, but then what you have is maybe the organizers ask for an auto exec config. You send it to them, they give it. They put it on there themselves. So the admins are the ones who put it on there. I need to unignore Dread and Khan because half the stuff that they're typing I can't see.
So Grono's 2 for 2.
Why does it? So what he's asking is
when you press Alt, it shows the hero names rather than the icons.
Yeah, I think it's interface. Hold Alt to highlight hero. Names, icons always on minimap off.
Minimap icons instead of names.
Yeah, on. So it's game interface, minimap icons instead of names.
Dread's already said it.
Oh, has he?
Last hit wise, we've got 10 for 4 on that DP, beating out that Puck, who's 9 for 1. Not really what I would expect. With the DP's Crypt Swarm, I'd expect her to have more last hits technically, but the denies are a surprise to me.
Yeah.
Cyborg Matt to the rescue once again.
Swoops in like Batman.
Fixing everything. He's a great guy to have around when you've got a Dota 2 tournament to run.
Yeah.
If we didn't have him, I don't know what we'd do.
No. Got the admin ticket sorted. Make a phone call. Make a phone call.
Just let me get on Skype.
Just give us a phone call. Calls up.
It's Raiden.
Gabe, it's Matt.
Gabe,
sort it.
Give me a sec. Gabe's Raiden. He's in some Japanese WoW.
So
Viper has boots already. That's going to be pretty rough for this for this bot lane. Yeah, 6 for 3 on him.
oh, ouchie.
Can be
Let's
some
bring
heavy
up some
harassment.
stats here, huh? Do 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 do. Sorted and ready. Thank God.
Please, Icefrog, please. So on this mid lane, that Null Talisman Puck doing decently now. The Death Prophet has left the lane, but she picks up a regen rune. And on bot, the supports have returned. Bronze has to be awfully careful here. He does have 1 level in Bristleback, but they really do have to change the name of that spell.
He is hard to kill.
Bristleback with Bristleback. Like, come on, be original.
What should they call it?
Dunno.
Spiny back?
Spiky Bum.
Spike bum.
Yep. Bristleback Spike Bum is procking all the quills.
That's what, whenever we're playing with someone's on Bristleback, Shane always says, "Show them your ass."
Yeah. Oh, smoke from Dread here. Can he come in from the side? Pings come out so they know he's there.
Yeah, spotted. This they got a ward there or something? No, I think they just saw him through the fog. He just peeked around the tree and got spotted. And what kind of creep has he got? He's got the troll. Dark Troll Summoner. Those skeletons are no joke. It's a real shame the way the enchant wears off.
Yeah.
Because you're like, man, I really want this guy. Now it's just golems as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, you can find a centaur, which isn't a bad creep, but they don't have anything
Nice
to set
dodge
up
from
with.
Ichigo.
Is this
It's so stupid the way face shift costs no mana.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And he's just going to dodge this all day. That's nice. So, I mean, the travel time on Crypt Swarm is such that you can face shift it pretty much every time. It's a fairly telegraphed spell.
Yeah. It's like, I'm
Instead of
going
goes
to cast
whoop, whoop,
this
whoop, whoop,
spell.
and then a load of bats shoot at you.
You can
Mash
see
your
they're
hotkey
actually
now.
PO canceling the animation of it 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, just
Ichigo
to
not
try
falling
and
for the
bait
bait.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
Waits
waiting.
until he sees the bats.
Yeah, exactly. Now, how's Antab doing up here? Let's have a look. He is 20. He's leading the last hit board. Antab is beating this lifestealer off
I'm
the
not,
lane.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Genuinely, I mean,
I'm always surprised. Every time I see Antab in a lane he shouldn't be winning,
he missed one there that he should have got. But
I genuinely want to know how he does it.
the thing is, why do you think he should be losing the lane?
Lifestealer has better attack animation. He's a melee hero. He can get up in the face of the Mirana like this.
She can
Mirana
leap
has to
away.
leap away. Lifestealer just keeps getting hits on, then Lifestealer goes back to farming.
Right.
Then Lifestealer regens off the creeps. Lifestealer also has a Quelling Blade, has better attack damage.
Right.
He has all of these factors in his favor, but Antab is still managing to get harassment off and get last hits at the same time.
The only thing I would say is, this is obviously like Antab's one of his favorite heroes, right? I don't think you can underestimate the importance that has.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not for 1 second comparing myself to Antab or anything, but when I play a hero that I really know compared to a hero that I'm kind of shaky on, the difference in everything, last hitting, knowing how to harass, knowing the range of everything is huge. And you never leave anything off cooldown for very long. Like if I play Lich or something, I know exactly what I'm doing. I've played that many games. So I don't know if Danny plays a lot of different heroes. I know he has played a lot of Lifestealer, but he's up against a ranged hero and on a player who knows that hero inside out. So it's always going to be tough.
That's the thing with Mirana's attack animation, she has 600 range, but it always seems longer because she can launch the arrow and run backwards, so it seems like it travels further.
But she's got bottle as well, and I think that's so handy.
It's not gonna hold.
Look at at this point he's not up there. He can't be up there with his lack of health.
Puck doesn't have a bottle, interesting enough. Gone for boots first. So allowing that Death Prophet to get the runes while Puck just wants to sit in this lane.
Oh, the rage! That was nice timing there from Danny. I think that would have been a dead Danny D.
Basically what Ichigo is doing at this mid lane, he's giving up the runes, allowing Death Prophet to leave the lane.
The chase is on. Dread has rotated up here. Infest inside the
creep.
tomato.
And
Pops
full health
out.
again.
And there's a leap. There's the ult. And Mirana will vanish. Miranda's just going to walk away. Danny's going to take a couple of bonks from Asata. Visage has TP'd up here to help him. I didn't even see that rotation. I was as surprised as anybody.
Dread suddenly appears.
Double damage.
But yeah, on this mid lane, what Ichigo is doing, letting the Death Prophet get the runes, that means Ichigo has free farm for basically 2 waves now, where he's controlling the lane, pulling it back to his tower, not letting Death Prophet get as many last hits.
Yeah.
Which is why he's now caught up. He's 31 for 7 against 33 for 7. But the level difference, level 7, Death Prophet is actually slightly ahead. That's an interesting one. See, I was going to make the point that Ichigo wants to get that Blink Dagger early, so that's why he wants to get
Wait,
all
why
the
do you
fast
think
hits.
Ichigo's ahead? He's ahead. He's ahead.
He's ahead now, yeah.
Oh, I see. At the time,
But
right,
he
yeah.
wasn't.
I mean, the
10
thing
seconds
is, with Crypt Swarm, it's so easy to just blast last hits, you
Yeah.
know.
And he's only ahead because Death Prophet had to go get that last rune, and he pulled the lane all the way back, got that
Right.
creep wave. Oh, top lane. Hantab in a bit of trouble. Danny D looking for that Mirana.
What is he doing?
He's hunting.
I'm intrigued to see how he's going to get out of this one.
Oh, he's got rage, so he
Oh,
shouldn't,
yeah,
have,
he should be
shouldn't have an issue. There, he's
Oh,
gonna rage up.
there we
No!
go.
He doesn't rage! It's going to be first blood to Hantab!
Wow! I don't know. What, he wasn't low on mana.
No, he had
He
rage
just-
ready to go.
Didn't press it. And a little bit of baiting coming out from the Reason team, shouting "D-God."
I think that was a goober.
No,
Did they
I
say
think they
D-God?
shout "D-God."
It's so difficult to tell the
Yeah,
difference.
I think they're wise enough not to just shout "goober," because that
Well, I
really
don't
would
know,
be.
it's
You may as well
Reason
just
gaming.
shout "No man." That's rude. So yeah, that was the thing. He had so much time then.
Ichigo is really going at
Yeah,
this.
he really is. I mean, those once you get it, it's basically free kills on pretty much everybody.
Thing is, what does Death Prophet go? She's got Arcane.
It's a rotation.
But what's
with the
the
invis.
next item? Yeah.
Dread needs to be very careful here.
He should. Oh no. Here comes Lifestealer. Not gonna
Open the
slow,
wounds.
not gonna slow. There we go, there's a slow.
And there's the
And
rage.
that's a dead Dread Knight.
Dead Dread. Yep. Tomato getting involved with the Centaur. Infest.
Oh,
Takes the
nice
Tomato.
stun.
Inside out. And DP goes back.
So how's this bot lane panning out? We almost have mech completed on that Bristleback. He's about 700 gold away from that. Khan doesn't have boots yet, and he's pretty
Puck
poor.
is like 400 from Blink.
Yeah. And Nepali Jesus. So it's pretty even now between this Viper and Bristleback.
I love Ichigo's timing. And pretty much every single thing that comes his way, he's phase shifting it.
Except that one.
Except that,
It was on
but it was on
cooldown for like-
cooldown. So cut him some slack.
Teams shouting at each other.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have got the Death Prophet there. I think the question was, why didn't you just give them the Dream Coil and then I can arrow them?
Radiant's top tower is
But
under attack.
yeah, interesting.
About
Oh, there's an arrow. That creep died.
Yeah, that
Gloriously.
definitely died.
Gloriously. Antab's farm is 37, 14 denies. That's got to be taken into account. That those 14 last hits Danny probably would have got.
Yeah, and with the recent change now, there's no difference between the deny XP you get whether you're ranged or melee. So nice little balance there. Because before, if you're a melee hero and being denied against, you didn't really care too much. But if you're ranged, it really did matter, especially in the mid lane.
Strange that. It was a strange rule that. I never
Yeah.
quite understood it.
That's why we rarely see mid-solo melee heroes anymore, because obviously that was something people took into account. That was a key factor in why you put a tanky melee solo
Dragon
mid-hero.
Knight. Yeah.
Well, things like Brewmaster and Beastmaster we don't see anymore.
Yeah.
Where's this Naga going? Heading around back to defend this tier 1. There's a little bit of a push here coming from the Reason side. Antab pushing up on his top lane, going for that drums he so loves.
Look how fast she's 385 with mana boots. Look at this weird Death Prophet set. What is up with his head?
I don't know.
I've never seen that. That is fucked up. I'm just gonna say that. That is scary. I'm genuinely afraid.
He's got a spiked collar.
Spiked and
wicked,
popped.
Wicked collar of the
That is a
Corpse Maiden.
spiked popped collar
Yeah,
with horns.
Dire's middle tower
Granas
is all alone in the
looking
world.
like he might be in a bit of trouble. Courier getting a couple of hits from Naga.
That
Naga
is,
has to be awfully
A
careful.
nice, a really early mech on Bristle.
Yeah. It's so good on Bristle because you want to be there in the middle of the fight with
Yeah.
supports around you.
I mean, also, I guess if you think about it this way,
That's Rasta Gaming.
Rasta Gaming very
Giving their
happy,
all.
and not just cheering, but turning to face their opponents and cheer at them, cheering in their direction. I'm gonna have to make a request to get another Magnus with ice if somebody brings me, or any other cider, but preferably that one.
Yeah, with the Bristleback mech, it's kind of the same as the Viper. You have this tanky hero who can do lots of damage sustained throughout a team fight, and you use it as a utility hero rather than a hard carry.
Oh, that's got to hurt.
So he's probably going to go for Arcane Boots next because his team, such as Dazzle, just doesn't have the gold to pick that up too early.
What are you going to build on Enchantress? Given that Bristle's got a mech, Oh, this could be a dead Nepali Jesus here.
The Dire's top tower
The
has
slow
been
coming down.
He's got
No
plenty of
snot.
one.
No snot at all. Hasn't got the mana to support. He's just going to chase him down, give him the quills.
15 one charges.
Oh, the damage! Yep, he does wand up. Mirana ult to try and walk away. Bristle will live. Is there any rotation here from the mid? No. Dazzle turns around. He will just TP out.
I'm not
There's
sure what
a
that dive
blue-
was about.
I don't know what the blue pony is doing. I think that if he hadn't had the one charges, they could have run him down with the
Yeah, I
quills.
guess so.
But 15 one charges, that'll do it for
You've
you.
got to know that if he's been sitting in the lane with a bristleback the entire time, he's got to have some one
Yeah.
charges.
That arrow was close.
Death Prophet has
So-
used her ult, pushing down his mid.
Viper's got a mech here. He's got lots of time there to
structures
farm.
are fortified.
What kind of boost is he going for here? Should get phase, right? But he's got the ring of protection.
The ring-
He's
yeah.
not going to get tranks, is he?
No, I don't think so. That's an interesting one. Did he have Tranquils before and turn it into a mech? I don't think he did. I'll have to see. But this Death Prophet, 2,300 gold, moving up to this top lane, looking for a push on the tier 1 Lifestealer.
What's
towards
she going
armor.
to do with all that moolah?
I don't know. That's what I was talking about 5 minutes ago. I'm not sure about what items she can go for. Like Puck, obviously going for that blink.
To defend itself.
A very good item for Puck. But Death Prophet, there are so many avenues you can go down, and it's very easy to slip up, getting caught up in your item build. Because she can tank up
Dire's structures
and
are
just run into
fortified.
people with her ultimate. She could go for mana regen and spam her spells constantly. She could go for a pipe or something like that to help her team sustain, but there's not too much magic damage.
Yeah.
Oh, Dread getting caught out by a tower.
Dire's middle tower
Taking about 5 hits from that tower and almost dying to it.
He's got the pixies. The pixies will help him.
It turns
And
out
he's going for an
Dire's middle
Aghanim
tower
straight
is
up.
under attack.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculously strong on Enchantress. To be honest with you, I mean, impetus is huge.
Yeah. Pure damage nuke on your
Yeah,
auto attack.
It's huge. So there's a ward on top of a ward here. They're literally on top of each other. Those wards.
Yeah. Identical
They're
warding.
best friends.
Oh, Bristleback picks up treads rather than arcanes. So this mana sustain is going to be quite limited for him.
I mean, Quill's it's only 35.
But then he's got the mech to go as well, which is 150.
Yeah. He's just going to run. I mean, that's a lot of Quills. 455 mana. That's going to buy you a lot of Quills. That's like 10, 11, 12, what? Something like that.
The thing is, if he's staying on a lane and harassing and maybe last hitting with the quills, say he's got 300 mana. Half of that goes to the mech. Then he's got 155 mana. Then he's got 3 quills to go.
Yeah.
4 maybe.
That's a good point. He can always tread switch.
Yeah, obviously.
Good old tread switch.
Switch in treads.
So we haven't cast Rasta Gaming yet, but I think we're going to cast them at some point. I don't know about today. We might, because there are games today still to come.
I'm pretty sure the sort of top 8 teams who are competing for that first place will be in the elimination stages.
Yeah. So we're casting part of the elimination stages today.
I believe so.
Okay. It's a long old day here at ESL, but we're cracking on.
There haven't been too many surprises.
No.
I think the teams that came here to play for fun, maybe win a game, have, not failed miserably, but
No.
they haven't done very well.
I honestly think if you turn up to have fun and you have fun, you're ahead.
Yeah.
Like if you turn up and you think we know we're going to lose, but we're going to have fun anyway, then you can't say you're disappointed.
What have
I
you
mean,
lost?
It's fun. Look, I keep getting this effect with Mirana's arrow where I just see the shadow. I don't
Weird.
see the actual arrow. It's weird. It's these
Invisible arrow.
damnable computers. Puck exchanging punches with Death Prophet, gets the silence off. And phase shift. Nope. Does the jaunt, sorry.
So that's what the that's what the DP goes for. Necro 1. And you are lagging out pretty hard?
Me?
No? Or is that just Ichigo not moving at all?
No, he was just not moving.
Okay.
He was just getting stuff off the courier.
So like everything was just like stood still.
Oh right, no, he was just stood still. He was taking
and then,
taking
the,
stuff
and
off
then
the
the
courier.
courier floating
Yeah.
above him.
So Death Prophet's push is going to be absolutely bonkers. But plus her ult is that's crazy.
It's going to be good for the Mirana ulti as well. That
Yeah.
Necro 3 once it's up, they're going to be able to spot that out.
Yep. Neckbook very strong.
Armor completed on the
Lifestealer got his omelette. Omelette phase. What do you get next? I like a basher on Lifestealer myself.
There's a lot of
But there's loads of ways you can go.
there's a lot of sort of contention in this. What's the bet? Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
fight
TP down to
bot.
the bot lane.
TP down, an immediate rage,
Big,
but
big
the net
ensnare.
doesn't care. And he infests inside the troll and kills it.
Bottom
Yes.
tower denied.
And that's a Centaur dead.
Radiant's middle
Lots
tower
of
is
Crypt
under
Swarm
attack.
going down. Goop all over her. There goes the Dream Coil catches 2. But the song
Here
She
comes
sings
the
a song of her
DPL.
people.
This may
DPL
be
comes
awful.
out.
Oh, silence, no.
Steel series. Ronna's running away. Can't with the shadow wave. Ichigo. Face shift.
On the
He
level
dies. Arrow takes care of Death Prophet, but Puck and Moran are dead.
Big fight.
Yeah.
See, that's what that Naga song does, set up for that DPL, allow her to escape, reset the fight. Dream Coil is almost useless there.
Yep. Yeah, so 3-2, and this should be a tier 1 bot. They've certainly got the push now. They've got the neck book creeps, although they're about to pop. DP did die to a Miranda arrow, I believe, and they're going to back off. What are they pinging? They've been pinging this a lot. I think they're saying de-ward that.
Yeah, there are wards here. Bristleback building towards an AC, it looks like, going for that armor. Wants to try and block as much damage from that Lifestealer as possible. Also the Death Prophet, because those ghosts on exorcism do physical damage.
Oh, I've got the Death Prophet bug where her hair's disappeared. This only happens on Death Prophet.
No, it used to happen to me on Death Prophet and Crystal Maiden. So we'd have bull
There,
Crystal Maiden.
now it's back. Okay. Weird. Really, really weird. So she is not. She's going for. I wonder what she's going. She's just going to get Netbook 3 up and go for crazy push.
It looks like that way.
Yeah. So Dre's got a troll and a tomato. Pretty good. Pretty good. That net is good. The net goes through rage, which surprised me.
Yeah. One of the few things it does.
Interrupts channeling abilities. This troll's got it all, man.
And what's Khan got? Khan's gone for an urn. He's level 7, so he's done decently for himself down on spot lane.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Grona's level 8, almost level 9.
About that middle tower.
Then we've got level 11 on Puck, Mirana, Death Prophet, and Lifestealer.
Lifestealer's down here. He's ready to rock.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So there's Radiant's middle tower went down. Death Prophet is not stopping.
Antab finds a kill on the Visage on top lane with the help of Puck.
So they are taking, well, they're trying to take the tier 2. Death Prophet here is pushing down the mid.
By the gods, the Dire's bottom
Where's she
tower
going?
is
She
under
TP's
attack.
out. She runs away as there's a TP in from Antab. Meanwhile, top, Naga Siren pushing. Meanwhile here, the tomato is pushing. Lifestealer eats the tomato. This infest of the Enchantress creeps is kind of screwing with Enchantress in a big way.
Oh yeah, going back to the Lifesteal item build, there are so many ways you can go. You can go for Sandranash, you can go for Drums, you can go for Basher, you can go for AC, Desolator, Blink Dagger. There are so many ways to go with Lifesteal. It depends what you want to do with your team.
I normally like to get Drums and either Armlet or Basher first, but probably both of those.
Yeah.
Just because the Drums are awesome, give you that extra speed, but also then if I'm having trouble catching people, like you said, Blink or a Sandra and Yasha.
Because their game plan is pretty much allow Reason to initiate on us with Enchantress creeps, Bristleback, Puck blinking in, have the Naga there to reset the fight with the song, and then chase Reason away.
Yeah.
So they need that movement speed, they need some slows, they've got Viper, they've got the Naga Siren and Snare, but they need something else. I think he might go for Basher or Sandra and Yasha as his next.
Oh, they're TPing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Back. It's a call from Reason.
Yeah,
as
first
the
of all,
TP's
they
come
wanted
in.
to trade. They thought that 4Love would go for that tier 1 at bot. But now there's
Who's
no
going
trade.
down
in
there?
sight.
TPing bot is Ichigo to mop that up. Only 3-3 after 20 minutes. Another cautious game.
And 3 of those kills for Reason are on Mirana. Antab having a pretty good game, 110 CS, 104 on the Death Prophet.
Going to smoke into Roche or not? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, looks like they are. Let's have a
So
look at the
this
net
is
worth.
interesting.
8.3k up on Mirana, 7.2k up on the Death Prophet, and almost 7k on that Bristleback. So he's doing pretty damn well.
Yeah.
AC is definitely on the cards for about 25 minutes in.
Interesting. Yeah. A good pickup for him. Because once you get those stacks of Warpath, he is only level 9, of course, but once he gets those stacks of Warpath up, the Tomato has scouted them out.
He's going to try and deny it. Come on, Dread, you can do it. No, it dies.
They killed the Tomato.
They focus it down.
Has fallen to the Dire.
And there's the Aegis now.
On the Viper.
Yeah. I guess you figure, like, Lifesteal is hard enough to kill as it is.
And Viper wants to get in there in the middle of the fight with that mech.
Yeah.
He'll have another big item coming up soon. I mean, he's been saving up a lot of gold, keeping things in his stash. That's the kind of item you don't want to show your enemy too early.
Yeah, definitely. It's an interesting one.
Manta Style nearly completed for Antab. That's going to help them with their split push.
Yeah, they need to do that.
Allow him to dodge and snare as well. And get out of silence.
They're up against this strong push of, I mean, in fact, Death Prophet, Visage, and Nagasiren, and even Lifestealer are all very good at taking out buildings. So that is strong push. Compare that with Reason, and I guess you... Oh, there's a song.
That was a mistake.
That was an accident. The old No One's Listening song. And that's a 3-minute cooldown.
If a Naga sings in the woods, does anyone hear?
Well, her teammate's here, and they probably give her a few choice words, I'll tell you what.
Dread nearly completed the Aghanim, so that's going to be a lot of pure damage coming out if he can position himself well. He's going to be sitting in the back of the fight, allow his creeps to go up in front with the Bristleback, and sit back, wait for the song, and then start fighting.
There's a Neckbook 3 now on Death Prophet.
I think this is one of the problems Reason are going to have. They can't initiate on full love.
Yeah.
Because if they initiate on more than 2 or 3 heroes, they're going to get stopped in their tracks and things are going to turn around so quickly.
I'm getting some weird effects as well. I heard Reason say they can't see my orb, and I sometimes can't see certain effects as well. It's kind of weird. We are having a little bit of packet loss because, of course, there are around 200 people using computers in this room, and they're all using the internet. And sometimes I think things get a little messed up. But
some wires crossed.
Yeah, but this is still only 3-3 at 23 minutes. This is quite a slow, steady game. Both teams taking it easy. 3k difference in favor of Reason, 2k in favor in terms of XP.
So they've got a slight lead. They've got map control at the moment.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of potential in full love. They've got the Lifestealer who can be a very heavy hitter. Death Prophet ulti can never be underestimated.
Oh, it's big. The other thing, of course, is that both teams have heroes that are quite hard to kill.
Yes.
Enchantress is hard to kill. Puck is hard to kill. Well, let's just put it this way: everyone on the Reason team is hard to kill. And everyone on the for Love team, pretty hard to kill.
Well, Gravekeeper's Cloak is an incredible spell for Visage, makes him hard to kill.
You can sing.
High armor on the Naga
Lifestealer
and
can
sing.
infest.
Yeah, there are so many
Viper grows his skin and just hard to kill. Death Prophet,
It's
race
ridiculous.
car, and ult.
So many escape mechanisms, so many stats.
Yeah.
So many things making both teams very reluctant to fight each other because they don't know which way things are going to turn.
Yeah. And like you said, that kind of, the initiation is a little tricky. In the last game we saw there was lots of initiation. Puck, they're basically relying on Puck to get a sick Dream Coil. And then they can maybe get an arrow on someone before everything gets going and melt them. But
the trouble is they need to wait for Puck to get that Hex.
Yeah.
Because if they get the Hex, then they can Hex the Naga and try and nuke one person down at least before the team fight actually begins.
Yeah.
And then they can start focusing on other people, force the Naga to use that song very defensively.
Yeah.
Rather than using it and then
As
re-engaging.
Yeah.
They force her to use it and then run away. We're going to have a look now at Khan. Does have Arcanes up, so that's going to help that Bristleback with spamming his spells. Oh, look at that AC, 900 gold away. So it will be around the 27-minute mark. I thought it would be a little bit earlier, but things have slowed down a little bit for him with priority farming going towards Enchantress, getting the Aghanims, and Ichigo obviously towards the Hex.
I've successfully signaled to Shane and Matt that I need a drink. You want one as well?
Yes, I gave him,
the thumbs up.
Yeah, the good old thumbs up.
But that thumbs up might have meant I'm okay.
Oh, that's
like I would have just made the drinky motion at that point, just to confirm.
Well, we'll see what happens when he
just
comes back.
reconfirm.
I do still have this ale which I haven't finished
Oh, that's
yet,
true. Yeah.
So I'm not bothered either.
The night
way.
is young. It's only 6 o'clock. We got board games to play after all these games have finished. So Death Prophet, what do you think she gets now? I wonder if she gets some more survivability stuff just to become even harder to kill. I think a Yules would be a decent shout.
I think a Ghost Scepter.
Oh, Ghost Scepter, yeah, could do that.
Ghost Scepter, you're going to block out the Quills, you're going to block out Marana and Impetus. There's lots of things there which you know would be good. And she wants to stay alive in these team fights for as long as possible. The one thing they do have to be wary of is not using that ultimate too early. Because if that ultimate is wasted pushing down, just a tier 1, they don't have it for the next team fight.
Yeah.
That's when Reason are really going to see an opportunity to go in and initiate with the massive potential they have.
And it is a 2-minute, more or less a 2-minute cooldown throughout. So that's pretty big. Well, what do you think? Heart?
For the Death Prophet?
Yeah.
Rod of Atos possibly as well.
The rarely seen Rod of Atos.
Oh, Dread Knight in a bit of
Sprites.
trouble.
Big net, no need. Oh, and Dread dies. That's the first kill for, I think, 15 minutes.
We can actually see that on the graphs, can't we?
Radiant's
The
bottom
last
tower is under attack.
kill
I feel
was,
sad
what's
for
that,
the
24 minutes?
And it's now 26. That can't be right.
That's what
I don't remember that.
glow around the tower means.
Antab killed
Radiant's
Visage on
bottom
top
tower has
lane
fallen,
when Puck
and I
and
don't
Visage
mean
went up
in
top.
love. Dire's top tower is under attack. Oh, that's
It was
good
about
work.
3 minutes ago. It feels like a lot longer because both teams sort of running down lanes, defending, pushing, trying to control the map, which is such a key task now.
Yeah.
Controlling that map, seeing where you've got farm, allowing your core heroes to farm that. Invisible arrows, OP.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I can't see them either. I can't see them either. It's bugged. There's something wrong. The arrow, you can only see like a little slight blue, a white sort of glowy line. You can't see the full arrow.
Antab has a big item in the making. That's going to be really big for when they catch someone out of position.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
But
wow.
Lifestealer has, I think, the same item coming out for him as well.
Yeah, I think so. To deal with that bristle, right?
Yeah.
Look at his armor. 26.
Huh.
With the damage reduction with his back tend of 20%. 40%, sorry, with his back. That's madness. What are they doing here?
They're walking around in their jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dread with this Agadins, we haven't seen him do any damage with it.
No,
Really.
because neither side's been doing any kind of team fighting. They've all been very cautious, and this is the most cautious smoke gank I've ever seen.
Run
They
this way, run that
smoked
way, run this
to
way.
run here and then run back again. Quick, let's go. We'll smoke to surprise the crap out of these creeps.
That catapult, get him.
Catty the catapult had no idea this was coming. Lack of vision here for the Radiant team. They need to get some wards down. They haven't got any down.
Oh, now they do. Khan is on the mission.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Hellbear smashers going at this tier 2 tower.
Maybe there'll be a fight. What do you reckon?
Well, now people are starting to push into towers. The enemy team have got to react and try and defend. But I don't think they have to commit into a 5v5. They can just send one person back like the Lifestealer, and that's enough to scare Antab away.
Yeah.
Antab looking for the last hit on this tower. Arya not going to go for... Oh! More
Rana.
focused on last hitting, doesn't go for the deny.
Dire's
This would
bottom
be
tower is under attack.
somebody TPing in here. Dread Knight.
We might see a team fight here, I don't know, but there's still the Naga song.
Shane an absolute
Thank you very
diamond.
much.
Bottom tower has
And
Cyborg
oh,
and Shane.
wow. That's a lot of damage from that impetus.
Dire's bottom tower is under
What can they really do here?
Back off. They don't really want to initiate
Gonna
because
deny this
the
tower.
reaction
Gonna do
from Reason is to TP everyone to that tower and defend and deny the tower. The reaction from For Love is to back off and farm their jungle.
Oy.
It is literally back and forth. Can we get this tower? No, we can't. Back off and farm. Can we get this tower? Yes, we can. Let's take this tower. And it's going to come down to, in the end, who gets the most towers in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Because Reason have already taken all the tier 2s down. Their next job is to break high ground, which is going to be incredibly difficult when you're against DP, Viper, Visage, Naga, and Lifestealer. So that's what For Love are really banking on.
Yeah.
The fact that Reason can't break high ground.
You're right, it's going to be a thriller. 7 kills in 30 minutes.
You're just going to keep repeating this stat every 5 minutes. So we've had 1 kill in the past 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and this is what's happening.
Very cautious Dota.
Well, prize pool for this tournament's pretty big for
Yeah.
the UK scene,
Yeah.
so they definitely want to win.
And
And
a little bit of pride at stake,
yeah.
I'd
Oh,
say.
definitely. It's another feather in Reason's cap.
Yeah, they don't want to lose to Danny.
No.
They've been baiting him the entire game, and they don't want to have that rubbed in their faces, for sure.
I think that Orchid now on the Viper has been revealed. Decent attack speed, decent damage, but there's that silence. Try and silence up that Dazzle so that Grave and Heal doesn't come out. Focus down another hero. Oh, Ichigo
Hey,
silenced up.
Ichigo in trouble here. Takes a lot of damage, but he should be okay. They are waiting for this Roche very patiently. 30 seconds to go.
Puck nearly has Hex. Dread is working towards Hex of his own. Big items coming out very soon, I've got to say. But will they actually do anything with them? Because for the past 20 minutes we've seen items upon items, Halberd trying to be completed by that Naga.
I mean, the thing is, the longer the game goes on, the more likely one massive fight will decide
Yeah.
the game. Rather than sort of building up ahead of steam, it's literally going to be well, we've all bumped into each other somehow, and we're forced to fight, and so now we'll get racks off that.
But that plays into Full Love's draft more than it does Reasons. Because they've got Naga Siren to sing and
Indeed.
stop the team fight. Then they've also got a better split pushing lineup. They've also got a better team fighting lineup, in my opinion. The Reason lineup really wants to try and chase down the enemies and find pickoffs.
And there is a sheep stick now on Puck. So he's got Blink, Silence, Dream Coil, Sheep.
It's time. We are going to see some action.
Friends, let us fight. But of course, there is a Roche now, scouted out by the Visage Golem, or
Familiars.
Familiars or Gargoyles, whatever you want to call them.
Gargoyles.
And
Dread gets scattered out there.
oh, Dreadly in
he's
all
a
kinds
little
of
bit of
trouble. All kinds of trouble. There's the Shallow Grave.
Not going to be enough to save him,
No,
though.
maybe not. Well, maybe. Actually, no. Dies to the Infest. No, Death Prophet. Death
Here
Prophet.
comes
critical.
Ichigo. A little bit risky.
Ichigo
Double dust pop.
able to get away. Lots of look at all this stuff on their team. They've got neckfoot creeps, ghosts, golems. It's a lot of allies.
And Roshan melts with that medallion up on that Visage
My
as well.
goodness.
Roshan has
So there's a
fallen
Roche
to
for
the
Lifestealer, and now they could be in trouble because the push of For Love is very strong, although they are doing it now without Death Prophet ult. But by the time they get to the tier 2, they'll have Death Prophet ult. And of course they wouldn't be pushing anyway because Enchantress will be back, and we'll be back where we were. There was a kill. There was a kill.
There was a kill. The thing is, Reason smoked so early, they got the Hex, they wanted, they literally thought, as I said, got the Hex, let's go, make something happen. They walk all the way across here, they pause a second, they think, hang on, this is a bit risky, what do? Dread walks up the hill, the rest of his team split. So Dread was alone, caught completely out of position. Then the rest of his team is forced into this scenario where we have to save Dread to do any damage because he has Aghanim's Impetus, but we don't want to waste everything on Dread to save Dread because Grave was used, Heal was used. They want to save those for heroes like Puck, for Mirana, for the Bristleback, who are their massive damage dealers as well. I mean, Mirana with that Desolator now, with Manta Style, Drums, Phase Boots, she does a load of damage. She just doesn't have the positioning and space to do it.
I love it when they get a Roche and just go back to farming.
Do you love that? Is that what you love?
I love it. So, another smoke. I wonder if they'll bump into someone here. This rotation, if they bump into somebody in the secret shop.
They're going up high
they
ground
might
though.
get the
Ichigo gets
Viper.
spotted out.
Ichigo
There's the
here
Viper.
gets the Viper. There's the song. The fight has been reset. They're all ready. This could be a big familiar
DP
stomp. On
coming
top
in.
of 4. Gets 2. 3 with the stomp. Dread Knight goes down. Ichigo in all kinds of trouble. Khan as well. Nice blink. Well, no, what? The ghosts are out. Khan tried to TP home. He makes it by the skin of his teeth.
Granas is out as well. Ichigo running away.
Ichigo invisible
Dread
with
once
Mirana.
again.
He will TP out. Dread getting picked off. Enchantress is meant to be hard to kill.
Visage died as well.
I feel like I'm mis-selling.
That's a 1-for-1 trade so far.
Yeah. Bring your ghosts, lady, because we got a tower to kill.
Yeah, but they're all going to be sucked back inside of her.
Come to me, my beautiful lady.
Yeah, they're not so beautiful, are they?
She cracks me up. She's like a madam. She's like a ghostly madam.
Oh, Ichigo.
Lifestealer
Oh,
going
that's a big
ham.
silence from DP though. Aaron.
Gronas, he's fine. These familiar stomps are really, really annoying. There.
yeah.
Oh, lots of damage on the Nagastar and she will die. The Aegis is popped. And they want him. They're going to get him. Can he TP out? So much damage.
That's what I'm saying. So much damage. And King Dave wins an item.
With a prize. Well done, Dave.
He didn't even notice. He didn't even notice until I told him.
Well done. They're going to take a tower here. Or
Full Love.
a Rax, possibly.
Full Love getting a little bit too big for their boots there.
Yeah, I think so.
DP ulti was down. They didn't have Song. Naga was out of mana completely.
Yeah. The Lifestealer just kind of ran into the middle of them and just got owned.
And that's how much damage that Mirana can do.
Yeah.
That Desolator Manta just ripped them to shreds. The
Absolutely.
Lifestealer was like, I can TP out of this, no problem. They've got no stuns. And Mirana hits him 3 times and he dies.
So they didn't even lose a tower. And back they go.
Let's take a look at the warding from the Dire side. Pretty nice map vision. Radiant a little more aggressive. Dire a lot more passive if you look at their warding now.
Reason are way up in gold and XP.
Oh yeah, they have been for most of the game.
Yeah.
Slowly but slowly, incremental advantage gain. But once again, this is kind of like the Reason Infused game. Both teams are capable of winning this. It's 6-6 at 37 minutes in. That's how difficult this game is. Both teams have got a lot on the line here.
Yeah, we're getting close to the stage where you can possibly, well, I think you can probably qualify. I'm not sure if they have already qualified at this stage, either of them, because I know that, you know, the top teams in the group will tend to win those games and qualify. But like Reason, Infused, For Love are all in the same group. And how many go through?
I think it's 4.
Okay, so
From
was
each
it
group?
8 teams per group or 6?
6. Well, there was one group of 6, one group of 5.
Okay.
So one group has 4 out of 5 people and only one person drops, or one team drop. The other has 2 teams drop.
Gotcha.
Because there's one, obviously, there's Beyond Defeat in one team, and then there's Too Fast, Too Furion, and Don't Be a Dick in the other.
Right, right.
Which are pretty much the 3 teams which most likely will drop out. I don't think they've won any games yet,
Okay.
from what I've seen. So it does appear that the other 8 teams who definitely can, or do have a chance of winning this tournament, will be going through to the Olympics.
There used to be a tower there 2 seconds ago.
That DP ult. I mean, how much damage does each ghost do?
Are they racing?
55. Well, they've got technically 2 lanes pushed, so they can go for the tier 3 at mid, then go go Rax, then swap. But Naga, look where she's sitting. She doesn't need to be pushing. This is going to be so good for the Dire side because they can take Rax and TP back.
Oh wow!
Are under attack.
This was a little bit of a bad decision from Reason. They're going to have to commit so heavily now. Naga Song is down. Radiant's Courier goes down.
They have to get this Rax, or they basically lost this trade. Lifestealer infests. Can they get the Rax? They
Yep.
can. Can they get the other one? No. They're going to back off. Still 6-6. They did trade, not quite evenly, but more or less. That just shaded For Love there.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to try and turn this around. And let's go back in, chums.
But look at the bot lane, still pushing in. I think Full Love must know no one's going back to defend.
Yeah.
Top barracks are under attack.
And now they can melt this Rax. Yeah.
And now it is a relatively even trade.
There
I
you
don't
go.
think they re-engage here.
Has fallen.
They actually said I don't think they put a ward here, but of course they do. But it didn't matter because the Mirana ult, they were able to turn around.
Yeah.
That was good. I thought that For Love should have pushed his lane out immediately.
Well, it's like you said, all of a sudden a burst of action happens and Rax fall.
But nobody died. It's still 6-6.
Nobody died, but
Buildings were killed, but no one was harmed in the making of this base push.
It's getting a little bit silly now. They've got Gem on that Naga now. Someone noticed before I did. Dewarding there in the jungle. And Death Prophet has a heart, so very difficult to bring down now.
Might have a little sleep after this game.
A little bit of a nap.
Just a little nappy nap around the back there. There'll be an hour's break before the next one, I'm sure. In fact, there is a break after this game. Isn't there like dinner break?
We
or
were
something?
supposed to have... this was supposed to finish at like 2 or 3 or
Yeah.
4 or something like that, and then we break until 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But that 3 or
That
4 hour
plan
break...
went right down the toilet.
Yep. Basher now up on that lifestealer. Viper has a BKB, which was just called out. Khan seems to notice everything that's going on before I even mention it, so
He's a genius.
he's very good at clicking heroes and looking at what they have. Stand in the Grawl.
Are they going to look for a fight here or not?
It looks like they might try. Stand in the
Now they
Grawl.
just have to back to their tower.
Yeah. Looking for that Aghanims. Yeah, it's quite a way away by some TP scrolls. And how long on this ult now? They are going to get spotted out by that ward. Yep. Signals are going to come out. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. Bot lane being pushed in.
Is under attack.
Someone needs to TP back and defend this.
I like that ward.
What's
the,
that? Portal ward.
The guy from Portal, right?
Oh god, what's his name?
Stephen Merchant voiced
Yeah.
him.
It's like Wilby or something.
Yeah, something like that, isn't it?
My memory fails me.
Yeah.
And to have Butterfly now. So many big items coming out of literally nowhere.
Yeah.
Because teams are just farming and farming, and Shiva's almost done on Dread now. That's going to be great for them.
Full
Reduce-
staff on Dazzle. For Visage, well, he's still got brown boots. Medallion 4 staff. Viper has a BKB and an Orchid, as we know.
People have items,
Yeah.
but the question is, what are they going to do with them? How does this help them
Yeah.
in the team fights? Because with Reason, they want to try and find a pick-off, move into base. They've breached high ground already. I don't know what their next plan of action is going to be. Do they push mid and top, and then try and loop in from top to get that tier 3?
Well,
Or-
I think the next Roche will be pretty big. Because at least you know they can both contest it. I mean, if
Yeah.
you don't get a pick off, how do you can go for it, but I mean, I think the next fight will be right around here. One way or another. And they're saying go and check it. Both teams know it must be nearly time. They've lost their vision. The Radiant team have lost their vision.
Look at how far back Reason
Look
is
at that.
standing behind
Reason,
the tier
that's
3.
Reason's vision.
Almost nothing.
Compare that with Dire.
Yeah, it's switched completely around. Reason used to have very aggressive wards.
They
for
got
that,
dewarded. They
that
got
gem on the,
dewarded,
yeah, that gem on the Naga.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the Visage Familiars literally have nothing better to do than scout for Roshan forever.
Yeah. It's 6-6. They're trying to discuss what to do. They realize there is a gem. We need an injection of caffeine into this game.
Both teams are so passive. It's a little bit
One
ridiculous.
team fight, even just losing 2 heroes and you've lost another Rax, and then it's
Yeah.
probably GG. So.
Well, what's the buyback status? We can have a look at that. We have buyback on Marana, Lifestealer, and Bristleback. No buyback on anyone else, but that's only limited by gold. So let's see. Death Profit. Oh, Puck just bought something.
Look at all the farm. Got 5 heroes with over 200 last hits because there's been no. Okay, now they go on the road.
Yeah, but
And
look
they're
at
going to
Reason's
try and
game
catch them on
plan.
the back.
This is going to be where it fight. Oh, the Roshan goes down so quickly. Reason don't have time to contest it.
Well,
Their plan to smoke it and go around the back.
yeah,
Not come
I
to
like
fruition.
the plan, but maybe at level 2, that maybe the second time they get Roche, they would have had time. But now at 43 minutes in, that Roche is dead. There's a DP ult down though for that.
Yeah, that's
Which
very
is,
true.
Interesting.
But we've got.
She has Blade Mail, Heart, and Cheese.
I think you don't focus the DP.
No, you don't need to. I don't think you need to now.
I think that's the plan.
I think you get the Naga so she can't sing. Melt her and then kill the Lifestealer. He doesn't have. He does have a Bastion. He doesn't have a Bissell yet. He's just picked up bots.
They know that lane control is so vital. Pushing into the base.
If
will
they
push
can
the
follow
trap.
this in, they can take a fight up here and maybe get the mid.
Well, if they win a fight and Lifestealer survives, he's going to TP bot and push all the way to tier 4.
Yeah, there's that too. And look at these creeps are off here split pushing. Not the creeps, sorry, the familiars.
Well, they don't have to scout Roshan anymore because he's dead.
Yeah.
So put them on the lane.
A lone exclamation of joy from this quiet room.
Yep, not someone from this game.
No.
Definitely not. See, I'm used to Dread screaming and shouting when things are going right, but
This is tense. I mean, this is, both teams are very tense. They're both very focused. I'm just going to follow the DP and sit back here for a second.
have a swig of your drink.
Kind of need the loo, but I'll hold it.
I
I won't do a cook and go all wild stallion and charge off.
Oh, at I-50 is the most ridiculous thing. One person needed the bathroom, another person needed the bathroom. I thought, okay, I'm fine for now, I can hold it in. Then there was like a 5-minute break, and then, okay, I really need to go to the bathroom. Then someone else needs the bathroom. Just constant stream.
It's in the middle of the game.
No, not in the middle of the game, just before the game started.
I was going to say, that would be a heck of a pause. So now we might finally see a fight. Both teams fronting up against one another like opposing gangs in some kind of turf war.
Clicking their fingers.
Yeah. They'll maybe sing a
Arrow
song.
on
Arrow
Lifestealer.
lands
This
on
is massive for
Lifestealer,
them. Hex as well.
and that is an Aegis down. Dreamcoil catches 3.
Oh,
Ichigo is going to die though, and he does indeed die. DP ult already? Has it been 2 minutes? Holy moly, it has. Does he have buyback?
Puck does
He
not have
does
buyback.
not.
That's tier 3.
So that is indeed another Rax. There's an arrow, catches the DP, but it doesn't
Can they
matter. Her
focus her
ladies
down?
are still doing work. Shiva's
Oh.
song. Oh dear, this looks very, very, very bad indeed.
They
And they're
seem
going
in
to
two
go
minds.
ham on these guys now. Antab in trouble. Grono's running away as fast as he can, tanking those illusions. So they're going to go objective-based
dodge.
gaming. They're going to get the tower maybe. Here's another arrow coming in. Hits a creep, or hits one of the familiars, sorry. And they may just force them back here. Tower is still standing. They've used a lot of spells. That impetus doing a lot of work, and they kill the familiars too.
Top lane, do they have boots of travel? Only Puck has the boots of travel, so they can't TP up there.
Well, they've all gone back to base, apart from Death Prophet, who will just race car there. So they didn't lose anything. They've lost a little bit of the tower here, about half. They did lose their tier 2 mid, of course.
She's still on the Death Prophet, but they took each the mortal off of the Lifestealer. 1 kill each way, but nothing really gained. Let's see if Reason can actually make something happen now. See if they can push up this mid lane.
God, I hope someone ends it soon, because I need the loot.
They might do what I was
Crack on, lads, crack on.
Try and make a movement around that top lane.
Arrow misses, but they know what's up. There goes the blink from Ishigo. Sheep. They're going. A lot of silence going down. Can they kill the Nagasiren? They cannot.
Is in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, wow. And he is dead. He buys back. Can they get... There's the cheese pop by Death Prophet. She's going to drop, though. Lots of damage coming down from Guarenteed.
Goes down as well.
Down goes Lifestealer. He is dead. Nagasiren buys back. They have a minute and a half before they have to worry about Lifestealer. Grono's tanking all of that shallow grave. They're going to stay. Fight, fight, fight is the shout. Can they kill Nagasiren? She bought back as well. She dies too.
Reason Gaming, pull it out.
Are they going straight for the tier 4s, or are they going to get mid-rags? They're not quite sure.
Don't know, but Dread is taking a lot of damage from the towers.
They're going to go for the tier 4s, maybe.
Viper takes the aggro of the creeps, pulls that back.
There goes the tower. Now they can get another lane of racks. I think they should mega creeps here. I don't think they can get the tier 4s just yet. Maybe. Maybe. They're going to go down. They're going to go for the other lane of racks.
6.7k gold up on him as well.
God, that's crazy.
Oh, and they take another one down. Buys back.
Buyback from Visage, but that is going to be GG. And that really just fell apart there. Bad positioning, and all of a sudden the game is over.
Well, it was like I was saying, they can do a nice sweeping movement up in this top lane because it's naturally pushing, and come around with Mirana ulti. They've got plenty of damage. Antab perfectly positioned to just rip people to shreds. Danny D on that Lifestealer though, getting caught out of position way too far ahead of his team. No Death Prophet ult, which was absolutely vital as well. Forced to use the cheese defensively. Not what Full Love really wanted to happen. Now they have to deal with mega creeps.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you can buy back and then just walk into the middle of them like that. That was a big... they might have just been able to turn around and fight them off, but just a lack of positioning.
Well, the first time he died, he was over here.
Yeah.
Second time he died, he literally walked into the middle and died here.
Yeah. A little bit of panic there, I think. Just bad positioning. We've seen that. It makes such a huge difference.
And such a key hero.
And his farm. I mean, he's 5th in farm. Given that this game has basically been free farm for 50 minutes, which it has been. I mean, there's been no ganks. It's been farm, pretty much the entire time. For him to be 5th in farm, he needed to be higher up. I think he should have got a Midas, to be honest with you. And should have at least another. He should have Abyssal right now, at least.
He doesn't have the flash farm capabilities that Mirana with Starstorm, Bristleback with that cool spray can stack up camps and take them down relatively quickly.
Yeah. And they're just going to go for it. They're going to say, look, this is our chance. Forget the mega creeps. We've just got to go for it.
Nice arrow hit there.
Yeah.
Mirana does so much damage. No blade mail or anything coming out.
Look at that damage from Mirana.
Yeah. Song
and there's
too
the
late.
song, but it's way too late.
Buyback from Death Prophet. Ulti goes as well.
T-Box is in there, and there go the ghosts. Ichigo in trouble, but he ghosts Scepters, and he's okay. And the Radiant! Radiant have won because the creeps were busy doing their job.